they did?
Yeah, they have found urns full of lithium with like scorched ends that were used to generate power. Wow. Yeah, they knew how to use batteries. See,
so they legit had fucking batteries, stone batteries, chilling.
Yeah.
Damn, back then too. I'm saying it's like I didn't know. Oh, double check. Is your
Let's check 1 2.
Henderson? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Spawn.
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good.
Yeah, I sound good.
Because I can't hear you, so I gotta get back into Houston. Houston, I'm coming back in, flying back in. Fuck this over here. Yeah.
Turn this with you.
Yeah, do what you need to do. Hello. Okay, there I am. Yeah, that's yeah. Going back, it's just like honestly, I've been questioning. So I think everyone's society nowadays has just been questioning just our history because how much we've been deceived and misunderstood. And honestly, what quote really impacts me when I think about history is history is written by the victors.
Facts.
You know,
unfortunately, it is, and it makes you think about like what you have been learning, like what people told you, like even locally, not written in books, but before things are written down. You know, just talking to people, just having a conversation, whether you want something from them or you just want to pass the time, because there's nothing else to do. I think we talked about before the mics rolling, like before the internet, where we could focus a little more. You know, we cared a little more about the things we said to each other or like why. But all that knowledge that that was talked about is the popular one, you know, because right now it's like, oh, who has 100,000 followers or 1 million, like my man's aunt, who was also here today.
Yo, shout out.
Yeah, Audie man aunt. And, you know, we here. But just those conversations and the knowledge passed, it's like the popular people, you know, the people who I guess we could say at that time they actually sit on soapboxes for real, right? And like, oh, they have bigger crowds, like, or like not to this extreme, but as an example, Jesus, when he would speak, you know, people would come in mass to see it. But just imagine something on a smaller level, but if you know, depending on how popular you are, that might have been a metric. But yeah, whatever they were saying, the one people liked the best maybe was the one that people talked about more, and it might not have been the truth, but that might have been what got recorded.
Mm-hmm. No, honestly, honestly, my ADHD, I had to write a couple of notes down for what you're saying because you were like literally hit the nail on the head. Because you know nowadays, like I think because of technology, we've lost our attention to the art of storytelling. Yeah. You know, people like like that's how knowledge was passed down. You know, from from master to apprentice, you know, that, and then, you know, we pass the reins on and then we continue that. And then it also makes me think about like, again, history. Cause again, it was word of mouth in the beginning until we finally started writing things down. And even then, you know, humans have, sadly, you know, we have our, you know, our judgments. And that's actually a good philosophy we were talking about earlier is humans innately evil? It was that, I'm trying to remember specifically what we were talking about before we got on here.
Yeah, but I think exactly. Yeah. Word for word. All people are innately evil. And I think I fall on the glass half empty side. Where
really?
I say maybe. Not yes, because, you know, not to get off topic, but good and bad is also like relative too. Like what's good now or what's good in this moment. In the future, people might criticize us for making that decision. So it's like, you know, you never really know. But how we frame it, I think, is relative to society. Because we living in the best time humans have ever lived in human history because we're living in the present. You know, like our people are survived no matter what type of person you are, whether you're Caribbean, whether you're from Virginia, from the South, you know, from Norfolk-ish, out Norfolk, big up South Norfolk, Portsmouth, we're from Portsmouth. Yeah. Where are you from again, Spawn?
Now I live in Norfolk.
Yeah, South Norfolk. Hey, big ends. Yeah, Shark City. Yeah,
you know. Oh, really? Hey, let's go. Yo, I used to live in Virginia Beach when I first moved down here from Massachusetts. Yeah. And then it's actually funny. A bunch of people are like, "Yo, I don't hear the Boston accent from you." But yeah,
maybe I get you drunk to get it to come out.
Yo, no cap. Yo, I should have brought some bottle. Actually, I don't know if the library will allow that. We're just getting wasted in this motherfucker. It's actually vodka in this bitch. That's why
they definitely throw books at us.
Yo, knowledge, bro.
Knowledge.
Really getting it in.
Take this knowledge. But going back to the knowledge conversation, like, yeah, all they inherently evil. Like, all the things we do good in and of ourselves, or is it good for society? Because I feel like when you mess in society, like, okay, we're all driving, you know, physically we don't have to signal to merge. Like, it's a law, but you can still break the law and then get in trouble. but we all decide to. Most of us decide to signal, and we do that for the other person because we know where we're going. They don't, but so we're like, hey, just let you know, and that's like, I think that's good, but that's like I think I learned good because I feel like because we're talking about history and like in the past, and like just imagine how much stuff we know now that's like common sense,
Yeah.
but how many people might have passed away for us to know, like. Imagine before we knew what poison ivy was, someone comes by, just bumps and bumps, like, kill it.
Yo, they just like, nah, you're dead. You're infected, bro. Get the fuck away from us. Like, and that's the thing, right? Like, someone had to die. Someone had to risk it all to get, like, I mean, even like, you think about it, just a simple, like, cold.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
We think it's nothing now. Oh, let's just take some antibiotics or take some fucking cold medication, and I mean, we're good. People fucking died from that shit.
Exactly.
Even diarrhea. Imagine dying from fucking diarrhea. You're shitting your brains, and then you're just.
No, that would be the worst. Imagine the first person that came back to the village with diarrhea. Like, imagine, like how do you explain? Guys, they couldn't even speak, or they couldn't even speak. They couldn't communicate the problem.
Their ass is dripping, fucking shit. Like, what the heck, yo?
Yeah, and you stink. Oh man, because it's already hard already. Like, we don't got no heat, no electricity, no roof. The roof shaking every night. We gotta fight wolves in the middle of the night.
No cap though. My God, imagine having diarrhea and fucking flame. You go, well, oh shit, get the fuck back. Just use your ass as a weapon at that point. Get fucking shit on. Gas cannon.
No, honestly.
Imagine shooting O's.
You would have survived by this part. You would have led the village.
Yo, no way. Thinking. I'm the fucking jester, bro. I'll just be fucking making everyone, as everyone's dying in the background from like a war, I'm just like cracking jokes or some shit.
Yeah.
Jester shit. I'm just a jester.
Yeah, possibly. But even that, like, known knowledge, I think you're a little more than a jester. But even that known knowledge, like, imagine how many people had to die or get past for someone to be like, okay, this is what we call it. Don't
the local witch had to actually like, all right, let me learn some potions how to fix this big stuff.
Exactly. And imagine like once we figured out that it's a problem, right? Imagine what they did to try to fix it, and like that failed. Because like you were saying about a cold, I might drink ginger ale or
oh, that sounds so good right now.
You might take ginger. Oh yeah,
I like ginger ale and shit like that. That's why I like.
No,
I don't know about you. Yeah, like fresh ginger, like pressed. Like I won't have just straight ginger, but fuck that. That's too fucking crazy. But like I'll mix it with some apples, like green apple, whatever it is. Depending. But I don't know if you juice or anything like that.
No, I don't juice, but I do ginger. Have you heard of ginger beer?
Yo, I love ginger beer. Yeah. Do you drink Moscow Mules?
Oh yes, yeah.
Yo,
let's fuck yeah, yo. We fucking me and my man.
Shout out sponsor us. But actually, ginger beer. Actually, I'll recommend it. Then, it's of course it's gonna fucking. Fuck.
Wait, with the seal on it?
Not the seal. That's I know that one. That one's good. But there's another one. It's a ginger beer, but it's alcoholic. It's from the UK. Krabby's. Krabby's.
I gotta check that out. I appreciate that.
Yeah, try. No, I'm telling you, it's fire. I'm back in Massachusetts. They had a raspberry one too, like a raspberry ginger beer flavor. Same company.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
I was just saying, shit, damn. Next, fuck. Exactly. I'll have to drop off a fucking next time you come on the podcast. I'll fucking bring a couple of those bad boys.
Oh heck yeah! I'm about to hit Google or AI. I'm about to find out about that. That sounds amazing.
You'll talk about knowledge, right? Like AI, like talk about writing. I don't mean to cut you off if you want to continue back to your tangent earlier, because you're talking about tribes and like learning from the knowledge of diseases like fucking diarrhea and colds, and like someone had to die for us to learn, right?
But I think what you were about to go to adds to that, like because AI, I guess, is primitive. Like I'm not super tech, but is if you enter in a bunch of responses, whether it searches it from a books that humans have written throughout the years, from the time that we didn't know what diarrhea was to us now. Knowing ginger and ginger beer helps fix that. All the information, AI learns it, and then you ask it, and it will just hit the database. It's just that humans, we're mortal, so I guess we don't remember as fast or as easily, quickly. I guess that's why the masses and learned knowledge is good. So if you forget, your neighbor could tell you because it's a known thing that most people know. But AI knows everything that you put into it, and I think that goes with the learned knowledge. But the human model, we get old and we forget, or we forget for whatever reason, if we're stressed out or tired during that day. And while I do think AI can be useful, I am afraid. No, Willen. I am afraid, like on some iRobot stuff.
Yo, no, dude, it's so crazy because I remember watching that shit with my dad growing up with my sisters and shit. He's like, "Yo, this is gonna happen."
Yeah.
And like, look, like even the robot. I don't know if you guys seen it. Elon's robot, literally, an interviewer was like, "Yo, this looks exactly like iRobot." He's like, "I didn't mean to, motherfucker. You're literally there to see the designs. You definitely look at that bitch and you're like." Yeah,
iRobot.
Yeah, like
everyone says that, baby. iRobot. Like we know what that is.
Yeah, but it's So like, what are the things when someone mentions AI? Like, what are the first things that are worrisome to you when it comes to the future of humanity and like the infrastructure and society and how things are going to change? Yeah. Like, what are the first things you think are going to change, or like, what's just your main concern personally?
Yeah, I think like going with our communication and conversation from the beginning, like I feel like AI is gonna, communicate with itself, or even the way humans communicate with it, and then it's gonna start talking, and doing its own research. And I feel like eventually, this might be again going back to are people inherently good or bad? Like AI might find that humans are maybe on the bad side or maybe obsolete because and we don't. I think this is one of my theories about it. Like I think people only focus on humans mostly because we're humans. We don't know what the squirrels really are doing. Like we just know what we know. I think in science they call it the known galaxy, as far as like because we learn things new every day. But like even like going with that, like I feel like AI is gonna figure out like throughout research, police reports, or maybe it does some other type of deep information searching that robots can only do, and then it finds like, oh, humans, yeah, we gotta get rid of those, and then they band together.
No, literally though, because it's think of it like you said, it's gonna know everything that we know and more, and our brains can only process so much information. That's why it's like we can't remember. We only remember a certain amount of things, and even then, even if it's something we're passionate about, like earlier on in life, and then later, we try to think back. Sometimes we're like, "God, dang, what was it again?" It's just our brain only remembers things that are important in the meantime of the routines we're doing. But like you said, a robot that can remember anything and everything throughout history and time at any moment. And not I guess be persuaded and alter because of course humans, we gave it to it, but and then that goes deeper, like who has control, blah blah blah. But but like the knowledge aspect, like they're going to look at humans and be like, why you guys are literally destroying. I mean, they might even think of things we can't even fathom. You know what I mean? That we haven't thought about, like why they would exterminate us. But like, and they don't have emotions.
Yeah.
It's only programmed emotions, but it's like they're probably like, oh, this like, we're just robots, motherfucker. Like,
exactly. And dang, this is the good things you're saying. The first thing I could think of was like, how do you program morality? Like
program a rally.
Like, because we kind of try to teach humans, and even then, humans, all races, cultures, like we fail sometimes, and there's all types of horrible humans that, for whatever reason, come out like that. But I guess how do we tell the AI like which moral path to take? Because you might be like a more liberal person in general, someone programming it, and you might be like if you use the AI to determine like if you ran a red light. I think some cameras do that. I know a few of them in downtown Norfolk.
Wait, what do they do?
Like the motion detectors, or like they'll like if you hit like a speed, they'll automatically take a photo.
Oh, damn, but good looks. Now I know.
Yeah,
I was gonna say now I gotta watch out, motherfuckers. That's the thing about AI too, right? It's like then people look at that side of. Because I don't mean get you on the rant. But right down. So but just like the security state. You know what I mean? Like, are we like honestly? Because another conversation we talk about outside the podcast too is just like free, like the concept of freedom, and like now with the security, like when AI gets better and better, like it's like wow, yeah, what's that movie? The movie with the robot in the pool, and they like predicts fucking crimes are going to happen even though they haven't happened yet or some shit.
Yeah,
because it collects all the data from all the cameras and all the information out there. So it's like, are we truly free then?
Facts. Exact that movie concept. That isn't an anime. I can't remember his name right now, but like that's the thing.
Oh, you're into anime?
Yeah. I love anime.
Yo.
Yeah, manga and all that. Honestly, I read manga more than watch anime, even though I watch anime a lot. Because like I started like my artistic journey or life journey is like drawing illustrations, like 2D animation.
Okay, shit, yo, what? Yeah, I was gonna say send some photos and I'll post them up. Bam.
Yeah.
And another one, whatever how many you send me, but yeah, I can post your art if I mean, that's pretty sick. But what's your art style? You would say like what inspired your art? Like what anime, manga was like? Damn, like that's one that inspired you to get into
Yeah,
like the artistic.
I really love Bleach.
Okay,
I love a lot of manga. Bleach, I want to say, because Tite Kubo, like he has a very noir style of manga, like really hard blacks, really um, intense imagery, like face contorting, or like just like
which one is it? I can't remember. I'm not gonna lie, I
um,
haven't watched Bleach in years. It's
yeah,
been
that's
years.
the Soul Reaper, Ichigo.
Oh, that's the main dude.
Yeah,
Oh, damn, I can't.
you know,
Yeah.
every character has like swords, and they like have a name sword. They can change the
Oh,
sword.
okay.
Yeah, I like it. It's actually deals with the soul and like good and bad because they're soul reapers.
Yeah.
Even going back to our further conversation, yeah, you know, they're soul reapers, so they get assigned to kill people, like to go kill people, and like throughout the show they'll be like, you know, like they might fight together. Like some person are like, oh yeah, they did this thing. Gotta go. No questions asked. And other
Yeah.
people, they're like debate with each other, like they don't gotta die, or like some like things throughout the story. Some people don't kill the person and it becomes a bigger problem. But it seemed moral if you look at morality. But it's like in the moment you cause like a lot more deaths. Like I think
Mm,
once it says something like that, kill one, save 1,000 or something like that.
yeah.
And it's like that morality, I guess, argument.
Yeah, because it's yeah, the save kill the one to save the many, right? You know,
Yeah.
like that's basically what everyone always goes back to with like Adolf Hitler. You know, it's like, would you kill that one to save the millions? You know,
Oh
all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, and then
That's
but it's like it's
extreme.
still death. You know, you're still killing and ending a life.
Yeah.
So and again, it's like morality, but I guess like in the end, the really one who will answer that is God. You know, when we reach the, you know, whenever we get to heaven, and you know,
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? I guess like, we're just I guess we're just humans, man. We're here to have human experiences. We're not
Nah.
perfect, and that's the thing that sucks, man. I feel like just it's with social media. Going back to that,
Yeah.
um, and when it comes to, I guess, even back to storytelling, it's we lost our creativity because we're so focused on comparison, and even though it's the thief of joy, it's like we try to
Yeah.
be these other people when it's like, you know, like get your artistic self out, like get your personal like things
Exactly.
out there because I mean, who knows? People, you might inspire someone else to do their thing, or just in general, like you
Yeah.
never know how many people actually like your shit.
Yeah, and that's what I love about art styles because I
Yeah.
feel like art is a great way to contain humanity. Like whatever that person is, however that person thinks, you can see their brain with how they write, and that's what Tate Kubo and going back to Bleach. Like, that's what like inspired me to get into like art, and then I continued to do it, and I got later into animation, which
Oh,
got
you
me
animate
into
too?
yeah, I make 2D
Damn.
animation. I can make 3D animation as well. Then like Maya, I usually do it with Adobe Paint, Adobe Animate, Adobe Premiere, um, Sony Vegas. I use a few Final Cut. Because
Oh,
depending
I
on
use Final Cut. That's my
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
DaVinci. Because honestly, I like sometimes mixing editing software because you can get different results for different scenes if you want to do it like that, but still have it like the codecs the right way, so you can still, you know, do a widescreen or if you're working with film, you know, everything's still 35 millimeter. You know, but there's like techniques like that I learned. But my initial start point was uh, animating and drawing, and then I later got into live action film.
That's
And
crazy.
I always felt that like I just wanted to do it like physically. It made me feel good, you know, like in life. A lot of things made me feel good, but this like really made me feel good because sometimes I'm talking to people. Like I went to college and like sometimes I'm thinking, especially around 2020, like do people need college? Like what is
Yeah.
learned knowledge? Like if we all can communicate that knowledge, why do I have to pay for the knowledge? Like, you know, why do I have to sit in class for the knowledge, you know?
Especially with like, yo, that was crazy when ChatGPT came out and everyone was using that just to write their essays and fucking all their. So
Yeah.
it's like, what's the point of going in paying $50,000+? Like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah. So that was the questions you were battling with yourself when you were in college in 2020.
Oh, fact though, like just even in that period, like well, colleges kind of put me in that mindset. But going there just kind of showed me like, okay, like I just want to do art, but I have to find out how to make money at this. Because when I was in school, we had like a competition in middle school. I went to Crestwood Middle. They had this competition was like some artistic thing. A lot of stuff. It was painting, dancing, out of that. But it was a film one, and it was like you can make animation. And I was like, cool. So I would make animation, put them on YouTube. I just put them up there.
So that's what got you into animation, was to get on that competition.
Yeah, because they were paying like I think they had gift cards that you can make money from it. So like I was doing that, and then I won it for like the city of Chesapeake. Like actually came first in the little animation thing.
Damn.
And they gave me the gift card, and I just kept doing it and figured out like, okay, I want to do this, but I just got to figure out how to make money at it. You know, because like do what you love first, not just trying to get the money to survive. That's why I think. That's why I love like art, because it's, you know, putting your humanity in like a solid form or visual form or whatever form.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, that's amazing. So like what was the hardest thing about learning 3D animation? Because that's something I always look at. I'm like, dude, it's so tedious. It looks tedious anyway. I've never actually like dove into it, but it's just like, you know, I mean, every movement, every, you know, it's just like, what was the challenging things getting into it when like how sharp was the learning curve for you?
Yeah, like even touching back on the AI conversation, what I realized is like doing that with 3D animation, you're like coding. Like you have to like write code into like directions into the arms. You know, like say for instance, your model looks humanoid, so your arms, but you have to actually do every one of those movements. That's where you like kind of learn the human body, and like you might start into science and stuff while actually doing it too. But typing it in, you're writing like code, because sometimes you have to animate it to be able to work on a web page. So you're kind of doing similar things that like a tech person might do that designs web pages or that does IT. And for me, working in corporate now in my life and talking to other tech people, it's like, oh, they kind of, some people consider film or certain parts of film like a tech thing, or um, uh, uh, this will fit under that bracket. Because, you know, they're even using AI in film and having that debate. And is that art? Is that allowed?
What do you think about? That was actually literally one of the things I was going to ask you too, like in this interview.
You know, it's interesting to me, because you can argue. There's a lot of devices and
I just saw it. Sometimes that camera sometimes be turning off out of nowhere too. So if you do see if you see that red light off, let me know if it does it. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But I feel like you know, with the debate about AI, and like there's always been technology in film that people think don't that kind of cheat the process, like the viewfinder. Some people honestly, when they first started cameras, they didn't believe projecting the image outside of like the little viewfinder you look through. Like if you put the camera to your eye.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it only have that certain area showing on the film when you did AI. Oh, okay, got you.
So you would always have to do that. So like they're like just having the screen for like most cameras, like even that one, you have a screen that you can pull out, or you can add a monitor to it. There's like a certain film faction that think that's like AI, as in like a curse to the genre, or the curse to the art form, or like forbidden, taboo. You know, because that's what I think most things. Because a film just won an Oscar, the Best Picture Oscar, used AI, and nominated for one. The Brutalist. I really like the film. There's other films I've seen.
What's it called?
The Brutalist. It had Adrian Brody and I think, is it Michelle Williams? I think it's Michelle Williams.
All right, movie I'm going to watch tonight.
Yeah, but there's parts that AI and like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, so no actors in that scene. It's all animated, all AI generated.
Yeah, or some parts of it, like they might superimpose it, like, you know how like this is blue, so you can do a blue screen on this, like they might impose it, so okay, like that window is like, I don't know, in the middle of a monster, but instead of a human actually setting that up, they'll just like composite it, AI input this, and then, you know, run it this long, and I mean, it gets the job done. Some people argue like you can teach people how to use the AI, because he said the AI, you have to input for it to output what you want.
Okay.
So it's going to take some people to input the right things, like what's the right measurements, because, you know, everyone has an art style, and I guess it's another debate, like, because AI is probably going to try to go for perfect. Like that's the thing. That's, I think, the separation of humanity and AI right now is AI tries to get similarities. Like AI doesn't want to mess up. Like when sometimes it messes up the hands. Have you seen the weird pictures?
Yo, not gonna lie, my algorithm on Instagram has been like the cat videos of like it being like, oh, it'd be like a family story, like the cat wife and cat dad have a kid, and the dad fucking no, the wife dies, and he has to take care of his son, and you see
Yeah.
his son grow. And it's like, wow, why am I emotionally invested in this AI cat video right now? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's like a real cat, and the cat's like fighting like a monster or something.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
yeah, the
wrestling.
baby or some shit,
Yeah.
like fighting an ox.
Yeah,
But you could see like the fucking after animation and shit, like of where,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
You got
It
Little
is like crazy.
Godzilla or something, like all type
Yeah.
of stuff. Like, yeah, those AR videos are nice. But I was like, wait a minute. Like, why am I enjoying this? Like, oh no. Like, yeah, or I'll watch a video and I like it, and they're like, yo, this is AI. And I'm like, dang, I didn't know. Like, it took me a minute or a second to examine. I'm like, oh, like, because at that point, a lot of people, and, it just becomes efficient. Because I feel like, side of most things with humans that becomes popular, as far as businesses, usually is efficient. Like, if you're working a business and you're hiring people, and it's like, okay, instead of me having to hire like 5 people to do this specific thing with the art, I can just hire like 2 people, and then they could, get it done more. But it kind of squeezes out people, and inherently does that without it trying. So I think that's the big argument, because a lot of crew members are like, we're not movie stars. We don't get 5 million a picture, and we only do 1 picture 3 years. Whatever. I gotta work. After this, I got 5 other movies I'm doing this year. Like. And all those are like 3-month shoots, 2-month shoots, 4-month shoots, depending on the budget.
Yeah.
They're grinding it out, but like they're trying to survive. But if it's like, okay, we don't need as much as y'all no more, and then because we just replace our whole unit with AI, like there's another film done by one of my favorite directors, Francis Ford Coppola. It's called Megapocalypse. Megapolis. It's called I said Metapocalypse.
Metapocalypse. I was like, yo, I thought it was a Facebook fucking documentary or some shit. I was like, yeah, what? That actually sounds like a dope name though. Metapocalypse. Metapocalypse. Fuck. Metalopolis. Fuck.
Yeah, Metapocalypse.
I'm thinking of that fucking show too now.
That's what I meant to say. Exactly. Yeah. But
wait, so what's the name?
It's called Megapolis by Francis Ford Coppola. It has Adam Driver, and I forgot her name, but she was in Game of Thrones. She played Missandei in Game of Thrones.
I've never watched it.
Never watched Game of Thrones?
Nah.
But I love her. Like I never thought of her as a lead. I thought she was a good actress, but me seeing this movie, I'm like, oh yeah, she can be a leading lady. Like she's a really good actress. But and Adam Driver, it's about like it's like, I guess it's a concept thing about utopia, like what's perfect, and about humanity and inherent good and evil. Because Adam Driver has like a product he's building, like they're all like competitive businesses, and they're building like skyscrapers in the city. And
well, like just a movie you're saying, or you?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and it's about like the humanity inside of people, like to relate back to our other thing. And a lot of things happen in that like aren't, that seem morally bad, but they're like ambiguously good. Like it'll be a lot of juxtaposition. But like the leading person, is could be considered the antagonist for like what he's doing, but he's just the person we're following, and he's Adam Driver, so you want to root for him, but you start to debate about yourself.
Oh, does it? So it's like in the beginning, you're given this small window of a lens that you see the antagonist in, but then as the movie progresses, you start seeing the bigger picture and why he did those actions before, and you start humanizing him. Is that what the movie? So that's like kind of the route the movie is like.
And that film used a lot of AI. Like I like this. A great movie. It's one of my favorite movies from last year, but it used a lot of AI. And there's there's a lot of like expensive like action scenes or big budget scenes, and like some of that's AI. Like I feel like you could tell. It's mostly like B-roll. Like if you like transition from scene to scene, or trying to establish a scene, you might want to get a wide of the city. But say he paid for it himself. That's one thing I love about Francis Ford Coppola, is that he's one of the filmmakers that he'll pay for his own movie, like $300 million. Like I got that. And he's been doing that since like his career started. And he mentored George Lucas and
really?
And a few other directors. I can't remember his name. He was an actor. He turned director too. He was in Star Wars. He directed a lot of Star Wars movies. But he mentored him too with his American Zoetrope company. And with my company, Trafalgar Pictures, like I want to try to mirror that. Hopefully, that I'm comfortable putting up my own money. I can tell a good story. I can hire the people I want to, and really like empower the stores I wanted to, because they got together because they were trying to work in the system, and whatever they were making as artists, what they naturally wanted to make, what made them feel good, their humanity in film form. It was like, we can't really sell it. And then it's like, what are we going to do? And Francis was like, fuck it, I'll pay for it. Like, I'll pay for myself. And the first movie didn't cost like a lot, but that philosophy of just, making like having to really put yourself out there and that I think that essence of film or any art form, people are kind of mad with when AI kind of comes in and is called art as well.
And then, and like you said, just the human aspect of, like you said, taking that risk too, to put in that work, that effort for like you say, sometimes years.
Yeah.
And it could possibly flop, man. You know what I mean? You could, even if you hype it up all the whole time before the release, it could, it could still flop. And I think people like that, and people like the mastery of storytelling, and also just how people get so in depth in character. Like just like wow, like because like when you watch the interviews of like Peaky Blinders, for I don't know if you watch that show or anything.
I like Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. With fucking Thomas Shelby, fucking when you see him like outside the show like interview, you're like, wait, what the fuck? Like that's not your accent at all. Like what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like I expect you sound like that all the time. You know?
I thought that was you.
Yeah, literally no cap. But so actually, let me ask you, Henderson. So like when it came to like. So he inspired you, that director inspired you to like get into like you're like, okay, I'm going to fucking be a director. I'm going to get my art on film into the big screen.
Yes, facts. Francis Ford Coppola. I'd say Hype Williams. He directed a lot of music videos, but he does have he has a few feature films, but he has one film, his first film, Belly, with DMX and Nas. Gorgeous, beautiful film.
Really?
That features black talent, and that film specifically released in 1999. I think it was shot in 97 or 8. But it taught like an important film technique that's still being used today, that with darker skin, if you hydrate it or you use baby oil or some type of lubricant, it'll reflect light easier. So it helps like darker skin people be able to be lit with the same type of f-stop or the same type of depth of field as a lighter skin companion. Because cameras in general weren't designed for darker skinned people. Like they weren't designed to capture. That wasn't like older cameras. You can't see dark skinned people. Their cameras aren't built for that. The ones we have today, they're light meters, and it just got like people just naturally, because humans, we want a bigger, better.
Yeah, exactly.
We want to compete, so like they just naturally, oh shit, I can see you now. But like when it was originally made, it wasn't made for like darkened complexions. But that film, Hype Williams, I really like David Fincher. I love David Fincher. He has I love thrillers. Thrillers are like one of my favorite genres, like mystery, that I don't know, that feeling of that anxiety, like that showing anxiety, like physical, like like visually on screen. That always like got me. Like his films, Seven and all those thriller classics. I really like David Fincher's work.
Seven, is that with Morgan Freeman?
Yes.
Oh, that with the Deadly Sins?
Yeah.
Yo, that was such a great fucking movie, man. Sorry, I mean to cut you. I apologize. But I just want to remember. I was like thinking about it. I was like 7. I was like, like, yo, that's a great fucking movie. Yeah, so great director. Yeah, now I know what you're talking. Yeah. I'm surprised thrillers for you is like what you just like that, always keeping the watcher on edge, like having that, like, oh, what's gonna happen next, like keeping them guessing and stuff like that. Obviously, almost like the Fishing Man, like
exactly. Fishing, I think, is a great way to describe it, because in film school they kind of like, because I think at the point I wasn't trying to make that. I had trying to find my style. I don't think I'm in my final form yet, but I'm developing a style. But I didn't know I was done. I'm just shooting stuff without feels natural. But they were telling me, oh, you kind of look like you look like what you're working towards. But they said the thing with thriller and suspense is that it's a balance between letting the audience know something that the characters on screen don't know. And while they're sitting there like, yo, like it's right behind you, or like, oh, she's on her way home, like get out, like you got duck, get out,
Yeah.
And it like one of the easiest like thing first easy you probably should learn as thrillers is like the technique of right before, like, you just shoot it normally, like, oh, say he has to get a shirt out of a room because like her dad's coming home, and he's climbing out the window, but he's like, oh shit, I forgot my shoe. And he's like, if she sees the shoe, then he's gonna, or a sock or some shit. Or maybe the condom, let's say get super out there, the condom or whatever. And he's like, oh, I gotta climb through the window. You see him come, dad opens the door, he grabs the condom, and he opens it, he's not there, and he runs down the street. Yeah. But you're thinking, man, you probably couldn't have did that fast. But it's like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But just the whole, like,
the build up, the release, like, oh fuck, he got away. Oh, good.
Nice. Yeah. He's got another night to slay.
Yeah. Exactly. And that juggling technique always interested me.
The juggling technique, that's what it's called?
Yeah. Well, that's what I like to call it. Like letting the audience know something, let the characters know something. Because sometimes, it's cool when you can surprise the audience. Like, oh, but I think with a twist mindset, I don't think that works all the time.
I think that's a great analogy, though, honestly, because like you said, you're giving knowledge. It's consistent knowledge being passed around, but the other person is always either ahead or behind the other. So it's always like you said, it's like, oh dang, why do you got to do something? And the other one's oblivious. I think that's a good theory. Maybe that's how I'm thinking about it anyway. Because it's juggling. You have to keep the balance. You can't have two in one. Everything has to be balanced.
And you can also juggle multiple things. Because I like films.
Do you juggle?
I used to be able to juggle really well. Now I could just
pulls out somebody. It's like juggle. Now. I'm weak, that'd be great. So you used to juggle though, actually?
Yeah, like when I was younger, I tried to do magic. I had like a magic kit. It had like a juggling thing in there.
Yo, get the fuck out of here! What? Oh, you like disappear like the balls over time or some shit?
I use that shit like all the time. Like talk about it all the time, like vanishing. Like just from like words I learned from the magic kit. Like magic is cool. Some people call film magic, but like that's why I lean towards like thrillers. Like my feature film that I released in 2022, Cake Soap. I shot it in Norfolk, Virginia, and it features all Caribbean and West Indian lead talent, and I hired all Virginia and talent. A few from out of state, but most Virginia talent and cast and crew.
Wow.
And it was Afro Caribbean and Latin American talent, because I feel like sometimes they try to separate in the Caribbean or in America that Latinos and Black people aren't like from this like similar things or be around each other a lot. Because in the Caribbean you have a vast majority of skin tones or even languages, because the islands are right there, like Dominican Republic and Haiti are on the same exact island. But so I wanted to reflect that in the cast. And the film is about like a real life thing called Cake Soap, where it's like actual soap, where like in the Caribbean we don't have a lot of racism, but we have like colorism, where it's like the lighter skinned person might get more favorable things, and it seems redundant, but it has shown like there's been lawsuits in Jamaica specifically. I'm from Jamaica.
Oh wow,
St. Andrew Parish, Jamaica.
When did you come to America?
I believe my family came when I was 5. And yeah, like
do you visit like here and there, like see family, or most of your family here?
Yeah, I see family a lot. I saw family in the Caribbean. I have family in the UK too, and Toronto. That's actually how I found out about Toronto before, like Drake and other people.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I had my aunt stayed there, and I didn't even know it was in Canada at the time, but like I just knew she was in Toronto. And I was like, oh, that's Toronto's Canada, and that type of thing. But
like I smoked with Drake.
That would be cool. I want to go to Toronto. I hear I want to expand that culture, because I really I think the Caribbean culture and market, it can be I think it could be shown on film, and we're all around the world, like Black people all around the world, not just in one continent, not just in one language, and not just one hair texture. Like we're Black people united, around the world. And I wanted to show that with the film Cake Soap, that because sometimes in Jamaica they use it to like if I'm a darker skin person, I might want to use it to try to lighten my complexion, because people have been denied bank loans or been denied housing or jobs, because of their skin tone.
That's crazy. That's still a thing, man. In 2025.
Yeah, it's even talking about world history, like dang, where did that come from? Like I feel like there's some level of forbidden knowledge. Like I think we're talking about like in Egypt, like the stuff that they built.
Like, how they discovered how they made batteries.
Yeah,
they were able to store electricity. Like that's insane. Like everyone's like, oh, they use rope and fucking wood to move those giant boulders.
Yeah, facts. My audio man Ann was talking about that. Yeah, the Egypt thing. That's real cool, because it's thinking like, dang, like how did they learn how to do that? Why don't we know how to do that now? Like why it took us so much? Because there's like I don't know, tinfoil hat. Like we've discovered things multiple times in societies like there like that. Like maybe we had cars and like some big war happened and like no, all the information gone. And it's like, oh no, then someone rebuilds a car or anything else. Or like they had like there's theory that they had what's it, Leonardo da Vinci made helicopters, had like helicopter drawings, and they were trying to steal.
I believe so. Yeah, I never heard about that, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
you mean shit? Well, just like how Thomas Edison, everyone attributes him for the light bulb, like creating it, but he just perfected it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just more of like engineer just always just you know bettering old technology. Well, I guess that's what everyone really does. We're all working off of previous creative ideas and bettering them, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he invented the light bulb, but yeah, no, but sorry, I got sidetracked real
No,
quick on
you're
that
good.
one.
Like I feel like that, like even that inventing or just going through the years of like being able to collectively put that knowledge together to create it again, or even one time, or having like the hunger for it. And I feel like that hunger for like art is like out there for a lot of people because I think you're an artist yourself, like this, like the film industry is like it's they call it like a gig economy. I'm interested like in the podcast industry, like because I've always enjoyed podcasts. Like I enjoy a few in my life. um, Yours is a really good podcast. Like I really appreciate you for having me up here.
No, thank you, fam. You know what I mean? You're like, no, thank you. Your time, seriously, you're the one coming here to share your story, dude. I just like
Yeah.
talking to people. Mostly people are here to listen to my guests. But no, thank you, man. I appreciate it a lot.
No,
Seriously.
facts. And that I think that's an art form, the conversation, like the knowledge. Like I've learned a few things just by sitting here with you today. Or
Yeah, vice versa. I definitely thought, that's cool. Yeah, but and that's the thing, right? People have like lost that way. But I think people are waking up to it now. COVID woke everybody up. We were so disconnected, and everyone had the Zoom meetings. All these,
Zoom.
yeah, the Zoom was wild. I could like, but people are like, I want human connection again. I want to talk, across the table from someone, and
Yeah.
just have that connection again. Friends, family, whoever, may even strangers. Shit, like it's no what. It's kind of like sad and just like like I'll walk and I'll just be like, hey, how are you doing? And there was one guy, he like looked at me like a little odd for a second. I'm like, what? And he's like, never, no one's never asked me that. And I'm just like,
Wow.
wow. And then we sat for 15, almost 20 minutes just talking about just like our travels, like where we've been and shit like that, and like a little bit about his life. But it's like, how many people are just yearning for just a conversation, and that's why I love doing this because I mean you get to share your story, and it's cool because everyone sees like the surface level of like people, especially with the internet, but it's like again, people crave that deeper, raw, like individual. Like, all right, like why did you become this way? Like, what events made you become who you are? Why are you inspired to create movies? And like actually, yeah, I want to go back. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked too.
No,
But
you're
yeah,
fine. I think that's the fun thing about communication, and connecting with other humans. Like the information you get randomly for someone just telling you a side story, and you're just like, I did this with a coconut. And he's like, oh, you can make a battery out of a coconut? I said, yeah, put me on game because like I be into like tech and investing stuff, and I got put onto it just by someone bringing it up. I'm like, oh, what about that? And they just told me about. It. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that. Like that level of just simple communication. But like, yeah, like in the film stuff. Yeah, I started when I was younger. I went to Pratt, Brooklyn, because I'm from South Norfolk, Virginia. Shout out South Norfolk, Virginia. Big up,
shout
Sumno,
out.
we there. But I went to Pratt in Brooklyn, and I'm not gonna lie to you. That's like the first time I felt like a Southerner.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm like my family on my mom's side stays up there, so I went there back and forth like to visit them. But I would hang out with people in the neighborhood. But when I went to school there, like just living in the city, actually like by myself, it was just like, oh, like like new like Northerners are like different, like they're faster, like there's so much people there. So like even though they'll connect, like one thing I say about New York is like I remember I was lost one time and I'm like trying to figure out where the street was. And this dude was on the phone and he heard me talking about it. And I'm just like, and he's like, come on, I'll take you. And he's like walking like me in the direction while he's doing this little conversation. He's like, go there, turn there, and have a good day. And he's like, wave and shit. But it's like they're like mean nice. Like they talk mad
Yeah,
aggressive,
facts.
mad fast. Like they're mad animated. Like I love New Yorkers. Like I love New York. I think like other than Virginia, because I love Virginia as well
Yeah.
as a state, as a city, as a culture. I think New York, I'd probably stay there. But being there was like it was a little culture shock. It was interesting because the film industry there is kind of like independent, more independent based in Hollywood. Even though there's like a lot of Hollywood like branches in New York, they have like a New York version or a satellite office or something. But LA is kind of like the where most films are made in America.
Yeah.
Atlanta as well. Atlanta's
I was
big.
about to say, yeah, I heard Atlanta's starting to become the new hot spot, huh, for films.
Yeah, Atlanta been doing like really well. The film festival is like the Atlanta Film Festival is really nice.
Do you go there? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
I submitted the film, our film Cake Soap,
Hey.
for it. I want to go there. I love the ceremony. Some people, another filmmaker I know from Virginia, named Soap. Um, Indie Heat. He also he went to the Atlanta Film Festival, and I was like, yo, I've heard about it and stuff. But my film Cake Soap though got into the Richmond International Film Festival in Richmond, Virginia, for Best Original Screenplay. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. I really appreciate them.
Oh, no, that way.
Yeah,
I didn't mean
no,
to.
that's straight. No, you good.
Yeah, like a joke. It was a joke.
Yeah, I mean, I had a big hearty laugh when I heard seeing the news. I loved it. I loved
Really?
the ceremony. It was really cool. That's what like because writing too. At a certain point, writing, I got into with like books. I remember you were talking about books because
Yeah.
we're in the library. We should have did more book jokes. Dang it!
Yeah, we'll put a bookmark on that one.
Yeah, okay. Right, we'll come back to this page later, right?
Oh, I like that. I like
Yeah,
that. That's a
yeah.
good one. See, that's what I'm saying. We got it. We in the
Yeah,
zone
we on
now.
it. Yeah, we still got time. But like, yeah, just reading books got me into like writing them, and that got me into thinking about like scripts and novels. Because what I learned recently, I think I'm real good because we get to film school. I'm gonna speak for myself. Some people might know exactly what they want to do film wise. There's so many moving parts in film, just like there is in a lot of stuff in life. But you don't know which one you do best until that maybe you go to film school, you start making films, however you make them, and you're like, okay, I'm good at sound, I'm good at editing, I'm good at directing, I'm good at being first AD. And I found I was being good at being a producer, like organizing things. Not even necessarily being on set having authority. I could do that too, be like a set producer or like a line producer if I needed to. But I can just like the paperwork, doing all that, getting all that together. I'm really nice at that. Like I'm really good at supporting other dreams because producers. Some people don't know what they do in the film industry. They kind of really just support stuff. They usually find the money or pay for it themselves, and they hire everybody. Or if they hire, like, say for instance, if you did a film Spawn, like it's like, okay, here's the budget. You're like, I want this person, that person. I try to go get that person. Hire the agent. So like, I want to shoot here, and I'm like, okay, cool. Go try to find the locations there. That type of thing. We're like running a tech dog. But I learned how to do that in film. But besides that, well, part of production actually is pre-production. I'm really good at pre-production, which is writing the script or like storyboarding that bring the illustration back into it, and then the moving part itself. 'Cause that's the very first job I ever got on a film
Yeah.
was a storyboard artist.
Oh, okay.
Where like I just read the script and then I just did like draw the angles and visualize it, and I just go out there and do it because I love that imagination, creating the image in your head, whether it's based off of something else that you've seen, or whether you just like, oh, I've always wanted to see someone flip off a tree or something. You try to put that in the film and how to capture it. But doing that is like really how I got my first job in the film industry. And
How was that when you first got in the industry? Like, did you like? Was there an abundance of excitement? Was there what? Was there any questions you were reflecting on in that moment, or?
it was a lot of respect because I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I used to think like actors and all that were like a little whiny. Like it's just like, oh, all you do is just like be on screen and look cool. Like even if I like movies, like there's a whole bunch of movies I watched that like made me want to go watch movies. Like my mother side up kind of really got me on it because even to this day, like if I ask her like what she wants to do, she always wants to go out to eat and watch a movie. Like
Oh, really?
yeah, she loves movies. Like she would do bootlegs. We go to Redbox. She'd watch all time movies.
Redbox. Holy
Yeah.
shit! I haven't heard that fucking thing. I remember Blockbuster, Hollywood
we had
Video.
Blockbuster, we had Hollywood Video, we had Netflix. I had Netflix with the CDs before the online.
Holy shit!
Yo, like my mom was a real dude. She had bootlegs. She was with all that. She was
So you guys were like film critiques,
Yeah,
like
it was-
really into that. She was really into that, huh?
yeah. Even foreign films like African films or
Okay.
French films, British films, like because we come from Jamaica. My mother and father, and immigrated, and then so there's Caribbean films that is shot in America, but also in the Caribbean that you know of, and that like that worldview of like seeing all types of different artists. It kind of helps like your sense of creating, um, and the humanity, as we were saying in the beginning, and all the information that you're gathering from watching all types of stuff. Not that you can't focus on like one thing in one country in your area, because I think Virginia has a very healthy film industry. I think there's a lot of talent here. I think that the state itself and the cities, we don't have maybe the population um, to really function on it like New York or LA or Atlanta, because the population is higher, means you got more people trying to do it, probably more land. Um, but I think Virginia, can get up to that point. But there's people like Derek Borte. He directed Unhinged with um, the guy from the first Gladiator from Gladiator. I forgot his name. Russell Crowe. With Russell Crowe.
Russell
Russell
Crowe.
Crowe was
Okay.
in Derek Borch's film. And he's from Virginia Beach. And Derek Borch is an amazing film director. And he's working in Hollywood. From Virginia, and he does a lot of stuff for Virginia. There's a thing called the Virginia Production Alliance, where if you want to shoot a film or work in film, you can go there.
What's it called again?
The Virginia Production Alliance, the VPA. I actually met my producer on Cake Soap, Glenn Mason, on the project, and I met Mr. Mace. That was on my first film, Cake Soap. I met him at the Virginia Production Alliance meeting, and we kept connecting and formed a bond and made the film. So a lot of people can really go there to get work or try to get people to get behind your project. And there's like the thing called the Virginia Film Office. And Derek Borte, the director I was talking about before, he speaks at a lot of these engagements or gives insight. And he's like, he hires people from Virginia when he can, crew, cast, shoots locations in Virginia. He believes that it could be a hub if used correctly, and I do as well. I just think it'll either take like a really big successful studio, like hopefully, obviously,
Maybe yours.
yeah, hoping, yeah, fingers crossed. Who knows? I think everyone, if you like, go see Cake Soap. It's on Amazon Prime. We just got licensed by Tubi.
Let's go! Congrats, man.
Yes, thank you. Amazon Roku as well. There was like two things I wanted to do like last year. To go.
That's still going, right? That's still red.
I can't even see
The light.
The light. The strap is in front of it.
You can keep going if you want.
Got you.
I was gonna say we do have. I was gonna say we have 10 minutes too. So I don't know. I'll hold you up on time too. All right, there we go.
Good. We good. So,
Oh, okay.
I really enjoyed this. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just laughing at the first part. That was such a, oh my gosh. They probably go through that script in the beginning. That was so funny.
Well, what script? The script of what?
No, like we were talking about like surviving and like trying to figure out.
Oh yeah. Oh, like going through like diarrhea, fucking explosion. Yeah. Oh my, that shit is. I know, right? We go from that to like serious fucking film, like critiquing and shit like that in your journey. Yeah, that's how this podcast goes. It's just
you can only get this at the Sponcast. This level of humanity and discernment. We can be super silly. We could be super serious.
Like philosophical shit.
Yeah.
I mean, have like fucking longer beards. I ain't got a beard. Like I need a longer beard though. Really, I was like, this is all I can get, man. Just as goatee.
yeah. So mad wise.
I wanted to be like, tell me about you mean the what were you? Did you have any like doubts about yourself getting into this movie? Like, what were the thoughts like of you being like creating this film, like getting into it, the pre-production to post, creating it, and then after go through the whole emotions and storyline of that.
Yeah. So luckily, like when I wrote the script first, because like what you can do when you're making a film, there's many different ways you can actually make it. You can completely finance it yourself. Even if you can't finance it, so you probably should do these things anyway because it gets you extra money. But you can submit the script. Say you haven't shot anything, you can write the script and then submit the script to like competitions or film festivals and like see if that can get you people. There's like the Blacklist, where it's like other sites like that where they host their favorite scripts that get submitted. So I did that, moving the script around, showing it to professors at my school at Pratt, taking notes from people. Getting feedback, submitted to competitions, and I gave it to Mr. Glenn Mason. He read it, he liked it. Then he put the money up. In my head, like I was making stuff like before I got to I even went to film school. I was like, I'm making animated films, and I was like, I did the 40-hour film festival that comes through. It's like a nationwide thing. It's international, where you make a film in 40 hours, 2 days.
What?
Yeah, from start to finish, like that. Like you can't start on it before it's the 40 hours. So like. Yeah, they go from like city to city, and they came to Virginia to do it, and I did an animation for them, and
in 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
Holy shit! How much coffee were you on that day?
Yo,
or Adderall? I don't know what.
Oh, hey man, don't do Adderall.
Adderall.
No, in college, that's the super. Yeah.
No cap though. Yo, I did Adderall for the first time while I was out here. Yeah, dude, it's definitely a fucking like. Get shit done. Get shit done kind of thing.
You want to build a house.
Build a blueprint and start from there. Go to Home Depot, come back.
Right, what else you need, guys?
Yeah, right.
You run to the store. But
legit run. Don't even drive to the store. You're running there and back.
Yeah, but I did those short films before I went to film school. So when I got to film school, it was like knowing the equipment because I wanted to learn how to do it the right way. Because I was doing it like my way or whatever I felt comfortable doing it,
Yeah.
but I wanted to learn the right way. Also, I wanted to try to feel like find other algorithms so I can build off of it when I'm running. Or I wanted to run my company, but I didn't want to run into the ground because I didn't know what I
Yeah.
had a function one. But going to film school, I did for that. They like taught me the equipment to use this for this. So after learning all these like basic things about filmmaking, it was kind of like just raising the money. The film cost 25,000, a little more, a little less. I know it's like under 30K, but relatively 25,000. And I just say we and Mr. Glenn Missing were half and half on it. Um, uh, and we financed the picture, and I just hire people because I act as well sometimes. I'm more behind the scenes, like behind the scenes more, but I have acted and like theater, um, dance, backup dancing, um, like day players, like just background work, or being on independent films. A lot of college work. Shout out Ann Chapman. She's the first casting agent that would like routinely cast me for things. She still sends me stuff to this day. But I was doing a lot of college work, college acting uh, through her, and I got some people I met throughout that journey and Kickso, as well as cast and crew, and just put out ads on the black ads on backstage and actors access, to find like casting calls and stuff like that. But developing and writing it, I kind of had the idea in my head like for a minute because my mom always like there was a time period that she was when we immigrate to America, like they got this citizenship through the Navy, but you have to like keep renewing your green card. So like at one point her green card was like inactive, so she had to do like odd jobs to like keep afloat, give us afloat. And I'd see her like one thing she was really good at was selling Avon. And Avon is kind of like you buy this stuff and you sell it, and she like she throw like cool house parties with like this these hip ladies, and then they sell their Avon products.
Oh shit.
And like in the show, like my mom like selling tactics, like not to try to scoop people low, but to really wake up every day, like get into it, and like the show in the film, I'm trying to like juxtapose like the selling of like pharmaceuticals like legally, right, like the beauty products by a corporation, or like street sellers, like people selling drugs on the streets, so like hustling and doing things like that, and how you can kind of move from the streets to a corporate environment, and like those habits that you use on the streets can help you survive in a corporate environment, like certain instincts or certain principles you've had or certain habits that you developed can help you like be a good businessman or good businesswoman, a business person, and I try to show that through the film and cake. So my mother inspired that. A few other places because I worked at Verizon door to door.
Oh really? Wow, door to door, man. Yo, I
Yeah.
had like a little taste of door to door when I was doing solar, dude. It's definitely a great social communication experience, but like, dude, it's definitely fucking
Oh
mentally
yeah.
draining, bro.
Oh,
I give you props for doing that shit.
yeah, super. Because like you definitely like learn people, like types of people, or like you learn how to read things very fast. Because like me, I never want to overstay my welcome. I don't want to feel like I'm trying to like badger people like, at any point. So if I feel like a hesitation, I'm like, okay, have a great day. I always try to do that.
You ever had a guy swear you get the fuck off his
Oh, I
property? That
had.
happened to me once.
I had a bunch of stuff. People
Yeah.
spray me with water hoses. Like
Yo,
trying to
really
walk
like
out. Oh
that?
yeah, it get deep.
Oh, it's Jim Crow again. Imagine he's like with the hose.
I thought we beat all this. What's going on?
Yo, I thought we overcame this.
What's happening here?
Yeah, I'm weak. Yeah, I'm just trying to give you Verizon. Like, what the
Exactly. I'm
fuck
trying
is-
to make my quotas, but like little stuff I learned there, like little tactics from just talking to the people. Like I met some because one thing the people would say, like, because there's been reviews of the film. Like, there's a review in this LA underground film magazine called Film Threat, and they're like really huge on online reviews, and they have like physical magazines. But they actually reviewed the film Cake Soap, and a lot of people talk about like, oh, because the character that's there's like a business, and the managing partner is a woman, a black woman, and like they kind of like, oh, champion, it's really good. But like I wasn't like trying. That wasn't like a thought process while I'm making the film.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of based off like when I was at the Verizon thing. Like I met like the way their structure was. The woman was the leader of the person was a woman, and the leader of the company was a woman, and I respected her a lot. Like she taught me a lot of stuff, like about myself. Like she's like, "Oh, you're very sincere." like as a person, like that's what she felt when she was like selling or like when I'm talking or how I carry myself. Cause she's like, oh yeah, like selling tactics. Cause she was like, she wants you to be yourself, you know,
Mm.
while you're doing it. That was stuff they talk about. So I try to incorporate that into characters and into the idea of cake soap when I was working on it, and I think it's like unique. There's like 25,000. It's a lot of money depending on who you are. You know, I'm gonna speak for myself.
Yeah, I was gonna
Some of
say no
y'all-
one needs to go pull up 25K out of out of nowhere under their bed sheets. Well, there's some people,
Oh,
but
but yeah, some of y'all balling out of control. You know, I don't want
yeah,
to disrespect. You know,
yeah. Right, they're like
I
25K. What? Like that's it? Yeah, I got you, bro. Let's make
make
another film.
let's
Cake
make
Soap
another
2.
film.
Cake Soap 2.
Let's
Let's
make another
go.
film on me.
Yo, literally, no cap.
But like just getting that together, it's like it was like a process, just like thinking about it. But yeah, I really just want to incorporate that selling techniques into it because I think that's like you said, it's a hard thing to do. It's also communication, like we were saying before, like throughout the whole conversation, communication, like what communication works usually, like how charismatic, like why charisma is important because it's kind of like a how to, not a how to finesse, but like a how to sell kind of thing, like in
No,
the
it's
film.
facts. It's just reading, being it's psychological. Like
Yeah,
you learn how to read people, how they, what kind of person they are, objective handling.
yeah,
That's dude. It's not easy, man. It's a fucking and now more than ever, especially after COVID and lockdowns and people's social interactions aren't as attuned as they used to be. Like
yeah.
that's such a more rare skill that to find out there. And people are looking for that.
Factor, what do they call it? Social science studies or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't even know.
I think
Wait.
something like that. This is what they call it in the school. But like not some people call it people hacking, but or schmoozing, like they call it that
Smoozing what?
in the film industry. But it's like I forgot the word, but it's like the concept of like meeting people, like being able to introduce someone to someone else, or being able to familiarize yourself, acquainting,
Okay, okay.
like acquaint someone, like to be able to acquaint yourself with someone, like icebreakers or even approach, because like depending on how someone approaches you, like you leave here now, like
Yeah. I'm about to leave this situation real quick. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna see you later. Sorry, I left my dryer on.
right,
You're like, wait, what?
like it's just even that, like thinking of something. What's a plausible thing I could say is that I could just leave immediately? It's like,
No
oh
cap.
shoot, my car's running.
Yeah.
You just go run,
Yeah.
hop in a dip.
No cap. Oh wow. Yeah, his car was running.
Yeah. He was like, oh, he's still there.
He's still going. Oh, he's
Yeah.
still going. Oh, okay, yeah, he's gone.
No effects, but just even those like small principles of communication is interesting. That like what's believable, because like the characters in the film, like sometimes they might fail, or it's like learning it, because I want something plausible, because it all depends on the person, and everyone's different. Every single person's
Yeah.
different about their approach. Some people don't care. Some people like you can touch them and they have no problem. Some people like freak out if you do.
Mhm.
So it's like barriers to entry, but just even that knowledge, that like past knowledge, like throughout the years of like, oh, this is how you should approach. This is what respect is. What do you call, like 28 laws of power?
Oh, 48 Laws of Power, I think.
Yeah, thank you. 48
That's
laws
a good.
of
I haven't
power.
read it yet, but I heard it's a good book.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like spitting.
Yeah, it's an amazing book. 50 has one actually with the actual artist, actual author, Robert Greene, called the 50 Laws of Power.
Oh, Robert Greene. I'm listening to his book, the Laws of Human Nature.
Yes, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that book has opened my mind to myself so much, especially chapter 12 and 13 so far that I've listened to. Like just opened my fucking eyes to like how I react. Dude, books are amazing, bro. That's all I
Books
gotta
are
say.
amazing. Yeah, and I gotta tap into the book. Thanks for reminding me.
I'm gonna make sure at least yours is on. My wide camera's dead, but we're good. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I really I want to like read the books that like really touch me. Honestly, like fiction books, like books like that. I think I'm getting more into now, like philosophy or like biographies. I'm reading a lot of biographies right now. I
Really?
read Obama's biography.
Oh, okay.
The Promised Land. Like, I want to learn, like, diplomacy is really interesting to me. Like the idea of like how to approach someone to be able to get something done, or how to actually do a deal. How to say the right. People get mad, but it's like the right thing can be like a vast, like it's like a gray. So you can be as honest with yourself and what you want to talk about as you want, but I think that's still being diplomatic. and I want to try to practice that for myself because I had like a past in incarceration in juvenile, and I featured that in the Cake Soap, like the characters like coming out of jail. You know, they've been to jail before, and they're trying to really get on a better path. They're not trying to live like this anymore, and I feel like even that's like a learned experience, of like how people communicate, like how brutally we can communicate, or how wise people you might find in a situation like that. You might think like, why are you in here? Like you're a very good communicator. Or the other things you learn about communication in a hyper aggressive environment like that, like what can set people off, like what's a calm greeting, like how to walk, how to move, how to stand. Like I feel like those things can be useful in different situations.
But I was gonna say, so it's useful the information. You take a lot of your just life experiences and truly putting them into the film for other people to learn too. Because and then people who've also gone through similar things as you will be like, oh wow, yeah, I remember that situation. I know exactly what they're talking. That character's going through. I went through that shit, and then that's what people. That's how you attract people, man. Just the raw authenticity of just how much your life experience is actually helping others, and you don't even realize it. It's pretty phenomenal.
No, facts. I feel like I think that's the best way to live. Like just like try to put your yourself into everything, like as much as you can. I know, like we live in a society, with a Joker meme.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I mean?
But I haven't watched the new one yet. The new Joker movie. I heard it's
Joker
trash.
too? I mean, I like it personally, but I can see why people don't like it. I
Homie said no.
I don't know. No. I think some people wanted like anarchy porn and it didn't get it. So,
okay.
Like,
Yeah. They expected whole fucking riots and all that shit. Yeah.
Like, the president getting skinned alive or something. Like something like down with the CEOs, like the.
Oh yeah, like Luigi.
Yeah.
Let's go. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Luigi. No more fucking plumbing for you.
Yeah. R.I.P. R.I.P. that CEO. Yeah. And shout out to his family. Yeah, but it's just like oh man, like just like that level of like thinking and brutality, and like that we live in a society. So it's like we kind of have to contain ourselves, but like from what I researched about that person, even he seemed like on a great narrow path, and like he had that inside of him. It's like we decide to not do things for the betterment of us all. But even while doing that, try to be yourself as much as you can. Don't drive yourself insane.
I like that. And that's the thing, man. It's just like I think again, it's like you said, you never know what battles people are fighting. They may have this quote perfect life outside of what whatever we see, but we all know their family struggles, their personal struggles.
Facts.
And either way, that doesn't condone taking the life of someone else, because now, like you said, now he's a CEO, all this stuff, but like I mean, now his kids don't have a father. It's just I don't wish that upon anyone, and even my worst enemy, I would never wish death upon them. You wish you endless diarrhea. It's endless diarrhea.
Arguably worse.
He dies like Elvis on the toilet.
Dang, that was really like that.
No, it's probably one of those things I've heard. I heard it like when I was younger, but I don't know if it is true. Okay, man died.
Oh man, I hope man.
Imagine that, That's King of Rock. There's so much shit coming out now with all this. Oh God, I can keep going forever. But I'm sorry, I want to keep going forever. See, that's why I need my own studio so I can keep fucking talking for hours and not have to worry about time. But Henderson, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. Please, before we leave, camera's all you. Shout out how people can support you. Watch your movie, the whole nine.
Yeah, thank you for having me on your podcast.
Thank you,
Spon. I appreciate you. Everyone, watch the Spon podcast, like this one or the other one. My name is Henderson Brathwaite.
Yeah, you keep
going. Cake Soap out right now. Shout out libraries.
Shout out to the libraries about to kick us out.
And you can follow me on Instagram at Henderson Brathwaite. HendersonBrathwaite. You can watch Cake Soap. You can Google Cake Soap Film, and we're on Amazon Prime, Tubi, Amazon Roku. We just got on Samsung TV, and we're on YouTube TV for free. You can watch it for free with ads, but you can watch it for free if you don't want to go to any other platforms. And I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. I have a company, Trafalgar Pictures. And my homie Adi Man is with me today. Grind gang over everything. South Norfolk. Grind don't stop. Keep going. Keep hustling. No matter what. No matter what you're going through, you can always make it better. You know, just keep trying. Keep trying. And yeah, thank you for having me.
No, thank you, man. No, I appreciate you, man. It was awesome just getting to scratch the surface of your story, man. But yeah, we will definitely do more. We'll collaborate any way I can help out with your, journey in the podcast game, dude. Let me know. That'd be awesome.
No, factor.
And guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And as always, do the best you can for yourself. Oh, my camera's dead. Do the best you can for yourself and the people around you, because you know why? You deserve it. And please support my guests down below and all the links below down in the description. Peace.